Thank you so much for watching our last episode of Tito of Manila. We went out and we looked for people, friends, couples, families who were big Star Wars addicts. We are visiting not just a Star Wars fan, but a Star Wars family. And can I just tell you how excited our producer is to be part of this episode? Take a look, take a look. This is our producer, Louie. Say hi, Louie.
Hi, guys.
Okay, so Louie came to impress them with a Star Wars shirt. Tell us about your Star Wars shirt. This is a...
It's a Stormtrooper, but I have no idea what
it says.
So I'm just hoping it says Stormtrooper.
He's trying to impress with his street cred now. At the same time, pakita mo medyas mo, Darth Vader. He's trying to prove na talagang big fan siya ng Star Wars. We're gonna enter the household of the Rosero family. Okay? May the Force be with you.
And also with you.
And guys, you know that you're going into a Star Wars household when the first thing that greets you is a Star Wars welcome mat over here. O'Neill and Reg over here. Rosero, and of course, they have their son. Can you guess his name? Can you guess his name?
Lucas, not Luke.
Luke. Have you had him tested for midichlorians just yet? Hindi pa naman.
Not yet, no.
They came ready for us. I came ready. Ito yung pinag-geek ko na may the pork be with you para may konting wit
It's
naman.
making me hungry.
You got, of course, your Boba Fett over here. And the reflection of Han Solo there in the background. And you have over here the Force that awakens you over here. The sarcasm is strong. This one, tama. But you guys, when you got together, were you Star Wars fans individually?
Yes.
Before you guys got together? What was your love story like? Was there any lightsabers involved?
Oh wow, you want to tell this one?
We were just chatting a lot, not even about Star Wars, just about everything in general. And then later on, we just found out how big fans we are of Star Wars. I've been a fan since 1977. She's been a fan since the Betamax tapes were out.
You can just tell me about those times. Okay.
Activities, the Star Wars fan club, met more friends, and then we got together. We got into costumes. We got into making armor. We got to making.
So your dates were like making costumes and stuff.
Actually,
like
that's part of our family things. You know,
building costumes,
costumes.
researching the costumes, buying the materials.
You take months to research and then a few weeks to build the costumes.
I wanted to find out, as we go to this house, how Star Warsy are you guys? Okay, just how Star Warsy is this entire family? Because the first thing that people often notice over here is that they will see, wow, this collection over here.
These are the ones that we wear for the 501st. These are as accurate as you can get. The 501st is an international costuming organization that do the bad guys. So Stormtroopers, Biker Scouts, Darth Vader, and we have to have a movie accurate costume.
It's your Hall of Fame over here.
Yeah.
This is great over here. Tell us a bit more about what we can see in this one over here.
One of the rarest things we have here, aside from the mini lightsabers, these came out very limited, only like 1 year.
These over here.
These, especially the gold one, which is a Celebration 3 exclusive, which was Indianapolis in 2005. And you have the Count Dooku saber by Master Replicas.
It feels. Come here, Louie. Take it. It's heavy. Yeah, it's heavy. That's right.
It was a Filipino design. It's designed after the barung, which is a Muslim sword.
Really? Yeah.
So it's curved. How that happened was when they were making the movie, Episode 2, some of their stunt guys were Filipino. And they were asked to bring in some weapons that would look nice for the movie. There are three Pinoys in the background of Geonosis.
Oh, did you know that?
One of them is here. He's Elric Jundis. And then one of them is the one who gave me a tour of Skywalker Ranch. And then there's other...
Can we meet him? Can we meet him in the future?
We can probably meet him.
Oh, great! Okay, let's do that. Let's do that.
This is a bottle of Skywalker wine.
I think that was a wedding gift.
It was a wedding gift. We got
Skywalker. You got Skywalker wine.
It's wine produced in George Lucas's vineyards. And it's harvested by Francis Ford Coppola. We have Luke from Hoth, Leia with the high-cut skirt, which never really happened. 3PO losing his arm. We have some of the villains on the other side. It was just stylized statues made by Gentle Giant. These are the ones you find in Episode 4. This one is from the video games. Force Unleashed. Sand Troopers from Episode 4. Clone Troopers from Attack of the Clones. The Rebel Trooper, the one single Rebel Trooper that we have.
So
he's been arrested by the Stormtrooper. That's also sideshow. We have Lando, we have Han Solo, Leia, two different versions of Leia.
Gangsta lang Lando, di ba? The OG.
With OG, OG Lando with gold lining on his cape.
How about down here? What's unique about the ones down here?
Some of these are actually Celebration exclusives. Star Wars Celebration is a convention that Lucasfilms organizes.
That's every year.
It's not every year. It's every 2 years.
Wow.
Sometimes it's in the US, sometimes it's in
just
Europe.
For a movie year.
Sometimes it's for a movie year. This was during the movie year. So I've had it since 2005.
It's the works.
It's the works. 501st Stormtrooper, limited from the Rose Parade. In 2007, George Lucas was selected as the Grand Marshal of the Rose Parade in Pasadena.
He wanted 500 stormtroopers
He wanted 500
in the Rose
stormtroopers.
Parade.
His people said that we can get stormtroopers from the US. He said, no, I want people from around the world.
Yes, I know.
So
look
they
at
brought
that.
in 200 troopers
Who's
from
that?
around the world and only 2 from the Philippines. So Reg was one of the 2.
Wow! Claim to fame, Reg!
Best part about it, it's all expenses paid for 1 whole week.
Yeah.
They got to march. They
I got to meet
eat,
George.
They got to meet George. She stood right beside George Lucas because she was the shortest in the Asia Pacific group.
So de facto, because you couldn't be seen of George, come over here, stay over here.
He said,
This is what happened when I met George Lucas. You're George Lucas. Thank you. Thank you. And I have no idea what he said to me.
Yep.
You like episodes 1 to 3.
All she said was, thank you, George.
thank you. I think I have to ask you guys, did you like The Last Jedi?
Did we like The Last Jedi?
We saw it 3 times.
We saw it 3
Okay,
times.
but does it mean that you like The Last Jedi?
No, we liked it enough to see it 3
We
times.
really,
Okay.
really liked
We really
it.
liked it.
Great.
We really liked
I'm not
The Force
sure
Awakens.
if I'm going to go out and say it's my absolute favorite of
Yeah.
all of them, but it's like near the top of the list.
Okay. Are you happy or not happy after they got rid of all the former continuity of Star Wars and then replaced it with the whole new, with Disney bought it and then...
Oh, that's a loaded question.
Ah,
That's,
okay,
the, kind,
then
that's
that-
the kind of question fans fight about.
Ah, okay.
But if you're the type of fan who was like really invested in the comics
Oh,
and the
yeah.
novels, and then here comes Disney buying
Everything.
Star Wars and says no, that's all of that out of the window, then you would probably be really upset. Fortunately, I'm not one of those fans.
Ah, okay. So you have that space. You have that space.
I never got attached to the novels, or the only things that we did like, we really followed were like the animated shows,
Okay.
so like Clone Wars. So those we were attached.
So parang you
to.
weren't so committed.
Yeah,
you weren't,
so it wasn't-
you weren't invested.
we weren't
in those-
invested.
You weren't, if you were to compare where they're taking The Force Awakens and Last Jedi to how they were taking it in the original expanded universe, how do you feel about that?
I don't know. You know more about the
I
expanded
actually read the
universe.
comics. I read some of the novels. I actually like where they're going. I
This direction
I
now.
like what they're doing with
Okay.
TFA. I like what they're doing with The Last Jedi because it's the type of stories that will appeal to the next generation.
The other thing I find interesting as well, this is what you would call your holy grail, right?
I
Am right?
suppose you could call it that.
I went to the US for
Without
work.
me.
Not yet.
Without me.
Yeah.
Dinadate ka pa natin.
Oo.
dinadate
I had to go there for work,
Oh.
and I got the chance to visit
didn't take
Skywalker
money.
Ranch.
Okay.
Skywalker
He didn't
Ranch
take
is
money
George
to
Lucas's
Skywalker Ranch.
home and the original Lucasfilms office. And apparently the head chef of George Lucas's house is also Filipino.
The reason why the Ewoks sounded like they were
They
speaking
speak
Tagalog a bit.
yes, they speak
Parang
Tagalog.
if you listen close enough, parang the Ewoks has adobo.
So a few months later, she sent me this poster which is signed by Rick McCallum and George Lucas.
This
This
one is
is actually my wedding dress.
Yes.
This one is designed after Padme Amidala's wedding dress in Episode 2.
During the entrance into the reception, we were escorted by Darth Vader and 11 stormtroopers. One of the rare stuff we have is the Slave One and the Darth Vader's Interceptor. Like only 1,000, 1,500 pieces worldwide.
The space slug from
The
Empire
space
Strikes.
slug.
Right.
From Empire Strikes.
If you look closely, you can see the Millennium Falcon.
flying out of the mouth.
We were just looking at the shops, and then I see this at the top of a shelf in a toy store. I said,
That's it.
And it was on sale. This is a DC-15S, the short blaster the Clone Troopers carry. This is the accurate size, so as you can see, it's almost as tall as me. This is the blaster that the Stormtroopers carry. This is called the E11. This is a telephone.
Wow.
oh, that one was a wedding gift.
It was a wedding gift. And it's funny, when it rings, the head moves and it does plays Imperial March.
Anything that's Asajj Ventress is mine. She's one of those obscure characters.
Oh dear Lord, this one is too cute for words, guys. Take a look at this one. The Ewok stuffed toy.
Yep.
If my son was here, this toy would be gone
Oh
from
my
this
god.
place.
Is that what,
okay?
from 1983?
Look at this one.
1983.
That-
Ito, right?
I
That's
bought
vintage.
this.
Yeah, he
It
smells like
vintage.
1983 as well.
Yes.
No. They're showing me this one, which is actually their wedding invite. And it's Star Wars inspired as well.
The writing here is called Orabesh. That's the writing they use in Star Wars. Our wedding guests also had their barongs, which we had embroidered the Imperial logo, the Rebel logo.
This is one of my favorites. That's the Gamorrean guard from Return of the Jedi. I like him because he's adorable. Star
A
Wars.
Star Wars
toothbrush.
toothbrush. Okay? This is probably one of the original Star Wars toothbrushes.
Yeah, that's vintage.
It's 1970. It says up back 1977 over here. Vintage
1978.
1978 C3PO. And what is your personal? You got a personal story about this?
Yeah,
this
actually, we
C3PO?
found it only recently. Because apparently this had been buried in our front yard for a few years. So
Who buried it? Do you remember?
I don't know, some strangers. Yeah, some strangers.
Okay.
Strange kids who
Binaon sa lupa,
don't know
parang-
the value
Oh,
of these
that's
things.
why, oh.
Yeah. So.
Look at Reggie right now. She might look a bit familiar because Globe actually did a campaign for The Last Jedi,
Yeah.
where they asked how Star Wars for you.
I'm going to Summit for like an interview, and then they're gonna shoot me. I'm like, what? Okay. And then next thing I know, I'm bringing home these things.
The Roseros have been so nice to allow us into their bedroom. He's wielding his lightsaber here right now. Guys, thanks so much.
Thank you so much,
The
RJ.
force is strong in this house. Thanks so much for the opportunity, right, for being over here. Lucas, the force is strong.